Hi, for SDNcast, we're here at Futuretech, and I'm joined by Sander ten Brinke. Sander, for the people who don't know you yet, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Sander ten Brinke. I'm a senior software engineer at Arcady, here a Dutch consultancy company here in the Netherlands. And I do a lot of speaking, blogging, podcasting, open source kind of stuff. I just really love doing things for the community.
And also you have your own community, because yesterday you had your own community event, right?
Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah. Like organizing meetups is kind of a new thing for me, but it's a whole fun, new thing to explore as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe good to know where are you based so people can actually join your meetups as well?
That's a good point. So yeah, the Netherlands, or if you're really that region, kind of is Zwolle, the place to be. But that kind of part, kind of middle east of the Netherlands, I guess. Yeah.
So are you calling Zwolle the middle now? So that's
to me it is.
It is. Of course, it's a middle thing of the universe, right? Exactly. That's so cool. And you have your talk in just a couple of hours. What are you going to talk about?
So I'm going to talk about something that to me just kind of makes me happy. It's really, really fun. So I'm going to talk about something called, a combination of things, Bogus and Entity Framework Core. So where Bogus can eliminate a really annoying problem that lots of developers have, at least I have, and I think you'll have recognized that too. You're setting up a new database, setting up a new system, and you have to type all of that data yourself. You want to do a little demo for your colleagues, for your manager, so you have to have the products, the users, the bank account, the orders. You don't want to type that by hand. So people use lorem ipsum or product 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's boring. The Bogus has tons and tons of giant data sets that can just generate all of that data in milliseconds for you, and it just looks really fun. It's just so much fun to use, and it just saves you so much time.
Yeah, because it's a problem, as you said, that we all face. And then what you see in systems that people are either inputting tree records just because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And we also see people just using production data sets.
Oh yeah, you've seen that often. Yeah.
Yeah, so how can Bogus help to work with those as well?
So yeah, if you're kind of the person, or if you're in a team or in a company that does that thing, right, that grabs the production data set, puts it on test or puts it on local because that's reliable, you could do a couple of things. You could put that process, put Bogus in the middle, and then say, well, we might just grab the user first names. Maybe that's not too private, but then all the private details we can just replace with Bogus. The bank account numbers, order numbers, addresses, telephone numbers. Bogus can do all of that for you in tons of different languages as well. Dutch, basically any Dutch, English, French, any language under the sun, I should say.
But also formats then, because every country has its own address and postal codes.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, so every country, exactly like you say. So Dutch addresses have also, they sound different, they look different. That's all supported, yeah. Like
that's very
tons
cool.
and tons of data sets.
But Entity Framework Core as well?
Yeah.
Well, I'm old, so I started working with the non-core version in the past, and then it had its quirks. How did it get better with Core?
How did it with Core? Okay, so Entity Framework I think it was pretty slow actually in the version that you used. So since EF Core, they kind of looked at it and they were like, well, we like the way it looks, but under the hood they've changed a lot. So it's really, really fast. One of the fun things I always tell people is that it's now basically as fast as Dapper, which was always its main competitor. When you're writing raw SQL queries, it's as fast as Dapper, I should say. But it has gotten a lot more performant and a lot more extensible as well.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they gutted it entirely, right? It's a different backend now powering.
Basically, yeah, exactly. In .NET 9 or .NET 10, they're going to make it fully AOT compatible, which is going to make it so much faster as well. Like no more link queries at runtime. It's just going to add builds, generate SQL. I think that it's going to run under the hood. It's going to be really cool.
But since we're now talking on Entity Framework, how about those migrations? Is that now fixed? Is that now easy to do?
Migrations. I mean, I think you're talking about like conflicts and stuff in teams and that kind of thing. Is that a problem?
Yeah, if you're working with more than one developer, then in the past it was merging hell, probably.
Yeah. I think that's kind of been fixed with the model snapshot since a few years. I think that's the main way they tried to fix that. But it might still be painful sometimes, though I haven't really run into it lately.
Oh, but that's a good sign, right? Because you work with it probably on a daily basis. So if you're not running into it, then you're doing it correct, right? So. But back to the Bogus.
Right.
Why should we start using it today?
Right. Because it's just kind of how I started. You should start using it because it's so much fun. It just makes me happy. It makes me smile. Just being able to set up all of that data. The data sometimes look a little funny as well. It just makes you smile, and it just saves you so much time. And I think every developer doesn't think about how much time they actually waste on just inputting data, not just for your database, also for your unit tests, right? For all of those test suites that you have, where you have theory data, it takes so much time to set up. Just let Bogus generate it for you, and you're going to focus on the actual fun stuff of your day.
And can you also actually do it on the fly for unit tests, or are you supposed to put it in a database?
No. You can just, it's like literally for unit tests. You say in code, create a new faker for this class, and then you set up a couple of rules, and then generate 10,000, and then boom, it'll generate the 10,000 orders, users, or whatever, and you've just put that into your unit test.
And how deterministic is it? Is it because you don't want other unit tests every time you run your tests?
Sometimes you might, to kind of discover the edge cases, but there is of course a limit to that. So when you want Bogus to be deterministic, right? So like you say, always generating the same data, you want, well, it's really simple to do that. You can use a randomizer, like a global seed strategy or local seed strategy. I've written about it on my blog if you want to learn more. But yeah, that it's really simple with a couple of lines of code to make it always generate the same data if you want, reproducible behavior.
Yeah, that's very helpful, because as I said, usually you see developers just not doing the work because it's hard work.
Right.
And then
exactly.
This makes it really easy.
I should use that in my session. You don't want to do the work because it's hard work.
You still have time to work it in your slides.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is it AI powered in any way?
That's a great question. So I don't know. It's currently not AI powered. I talked to the creator, Brian Chavez, about it, and he thought it does sound really cool because it's like the perfect problem domain for AI. It loves to hallucinate and kind of make up some data, but it also loves to hallucinate. So if you want to be deterministic, this doesn't really work because AI will not always reproduce the same results. And it's gonna, be a lot more energy intensive than just having data sets. So Bogus doesn't work with AI, but you can probably make some cool stuff and kind of build on top of that.
Yeah, so I think you're saying it's cool, but it probably doesn't add anything to the product.
I think it's a little bit wasteful to currently, at this moment, use AI to, generate 1 million fake products or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I look at it that way. But it is still a cool idea for the future.
I think it will struggle to do 1 million.
You think so?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, you're more of an AI expert than me, so I'm going to trust your opinion.
I was going to say, you can make it deterministic, of course. If you really lower the temperature, then it can become deterministic, but then it's still not a good use case
good point.
For the AI. So, yeah, good stuff.
Thank you.
And if you look at how this is being used, are there any good projects already using this?
So it's quite funny. Have you heard of Bogus before? And we kind of maybe sometimes.
Yeah, only from you. So.
Exactly. So I was kind of the same. I kind of stumbled upon it. It's actually kind of a port from Faker.js in the JavaScript world, which it also uses for the data sets. But it has it has millions and millions of downloads. It has tons of GitHub stars. Like I already said earlier, I think, the Australian government uses it. It has data sets for like the people in government, so you can generate government people's names, for zip codes for Australian people and their addresses. Bitwarden uses it, Elasticsearch uses it, Fluent Validation uses it. So it's quite well known and well used in the .NET open source sphere.
Yeah, but it's interesting then that I've never come across it. And I've had this problem with these data sets. I think in every project I've been at. So it's good to know. Very valuable.
I think everyone should start using it. And especially developers think about the fact that they always do kind of English or Dutch or their native language. They always type in that stuff. But if you're wanting to build like a web shop that's used in multiple countries, you want all kinds of products and names and users. And because Bogus then supports multiple languages and regions, it's just going to be so much more fun and, going to improve all of your code and tests as well.
Awesome. You make this fun. That is,
that's
very good. I'm smiling already. Yeah, thank you so much.
No
and thank you for being here at the SDN Cast at Futuretech. And best of luck with your session.
Hey, thank you so much.